Skinnamarink-a-dinky-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo. I love you. Skinnamarink-a-dinky-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo.
Memories, huh? After 40 years of family entertainment, Sharon and Bram are performing some fond final farewell shows, and it begins Friday night on Front Street, where it all began, at Young People's Theatre. Sharon Hampson and Bram Morrison, welcome to CP24 Breakfast.
Thank you, George.
It's so good to see you both.
Happy to be here.
Good stuff. Okay, well, let's start with these final shows. They're also raising some funds for YPT. There's pre-show stuff, there's giveaways, goodies, and the venue is very special to both of you, right?
It is indeed. We're happy to go back to YPT after 40 years because that's where it all began for us.
Our first shows were there on their stage, and we thought, where better? It's a beautiful place. It's very, very warm, and it's very professionally run, and we love it.
Yeah, there's a good spirit in that room.
Yep.
I've shot there many times. You know, your careers spanned the decades at the heart of a real revolution in children's entertainment and education. Cable, satellite, internet, it all kind of came together while you guys were sort of, you know, climbing your ladder. Do you feel like you're part of history, in a way?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I think that you're just right. We were there at the right place at the right time. It was all accident.
Yeah,
Really?
It was all accident.
There was no marketing plan.
No plan. No plan.
No
do
design?
It.
Yeah, no.
No great design, no schmarmy producer or
None of that.
manager,
I think,
agent?
you know, we feel excited when we meet. We feel connected to history when we meet people who grew up on us. Young adults, 20s, 30s, and they're excited and they're happy to meet us, and it makes us happy because we know that it's part of their childhood memory, and that's significant.
Well, you know, you've had so many awards and accolades. For those of you that don't know, they performed at the White House, these guys, the Lincoln Center. You practiced enough to get to Carnegie Hall.
Exactly.
Which is great.
And,
Good
you
for
can
you.
make sure he
You know
said
that,
it.
yeah, right.
He said
We
it on
practice.
stage.
And you made it. So is the love and affection that you've received over these years from the families and the children, is that where the best memories are made? Are those the ones that are instant recall?
Those are the warmest and the strongest.
Yeah.
I mean, there are more spectacular things. Playing U.S. state fairs for 13,000 people. Wow. That's a thrill.
That's a rush.
But it's not as direct as face-to-face.
It's a response from the audience.
Sure. You know, most self-respecting kids out there, they don't really like being talked down to, and they see through the disingenuous delivery,
yes.
right? How conscious have you both been over your careers to that? Given the fact that, you know, we tend to think kids are more exposed to information and so much more now, that they're really different. Are they? Are kids different?
You know, fundamentally, in our experience at least, they are not. They come to the shows and they behave exactly the way the way their parents behaved 20 or 30 years ago. That when you invite them to sing and enjoy being with them, they respond to that. And that's what we look forward to at YPT.
All you have to do is get them away from their little screen.
Yeah, I guess
And
that's...
then once they're away from that, they're the same as all.
Yeah. But you're also part of that little screen, the medium size and the little screens in hand too, right?
Well,
Happily, they did that with their parents frequently.
Yeah, right.
I think one of the reasons for our success was the fact that the music appealed to the family.
Yeah. You lost Lois 3 years ago. Do kids still ask after her? And when they do, what do you tell them?
It's not so much the kids as the adults. It's the parents who grew up on Lois are very conscious of her absence. The children, the young children now, not so much.
Right.
well, she gave up touring just before the turn of the millennium.
Right.
And it's been the two of us since then. It's been half and half with her and half without her. And we remained friends through all that time.
That's so great.
But when she died 3 years ago, that eliminated any chance of a trio reunion.
But it is going to be Sharon and Bram and Friends, this final farewell weekend, I guess you could say.
Which is part of a big Canadian tour, actually. We are crossing the country.
Oh, that's good to know.
We just played the National Arts Centre in Ottawa. With a huge audience.
So it's a lot of gigs still to come.
Yes, it was great.
So this is just a warm-up for the warm-up.
For Young People's Theatre, it would be a pleasure.
Well, it's such a pleasure to meet you again. I think it was decades ago that I actually did meet you, and it was a thrill then, and it's a thrill now.
Thank you, George.
Young People's Theatre, it all starts Friday. We'll be right back on CP24 Breakfast.